Good morning guys and welcome back. So today we're going to be fixing a little issue I've had on my TJ and JK. Now I did fix this problem on my TJ a while ago, and also if you guys notice just here, you might notice there's something missing. The JK's there, but there's no TJ. Unfortunately today we said goodbye to the faithful TJ. Now it's been a nice ownership over the last 3.5 years, but unfortunately we've had to let her go, or him go. It was a boy, yeah, definitely a boy, Brum's a boy's name. So we've had to let him go. A girl came with her dad. The dad's a mechanic. They looked it over, took it for a drive, were happy. They took me down in price a little bit. I wasn't that negotiable. I knew what I wanted for it. So you guys are probably thinking, what did you sell it for? Now if you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know that I bought it 3.5 years ago for $8,000. I had it listed for $9,000, and they took me down. They went down to 8 and then went back. I said, I don't want to sell it, but I need to sell it. I bought the JK and I just need to put a little bit of money back into the accounts, just to help out a little bit in these tough times with the virus and all that sort of stuff happening. If I lose my job, I need that extra bit of money. So we went back and forth a little bit. We settled on $8,500 for the TJ, which isn't bad. So I probably spent $1,000 in that 3.5 years of owning the TJ. So I only probably lost $500. So 8.5, I bought it for 8. I probably spent $1,000. So it owes me 9, which isn't bad. Lost $500 in 3 years. So we did a few cheap mods on it. We painted the wheels and stuff like that. It was a great car. Took me on heaps of adventures. It was the reason I started this YouTube channel. It's the reason I started the Instagram page. So it's a really sad day to actually see it go, to see it drive away. Hopefully she's going to take care of it. She's going to love it and she's going to use it exactly what it was intended for. She lives down a dirt road. She's going to go camping in it and that sort of stuff, which is awesome. Hopefully, I told her about Grow Topless Day and the Jeep meets we've got going with Jeep Freaks Queensland and all that fun stuff. So hopefully she gets involved in that and uses the Jeep exactly what it's made for. So I didn't like to. I said I've used it as a full drive. A lot of people try and hide that fact, but she's going to use it for the same thing. I used it for the same thing. Happy days. But it is a sad day to see that Jeep go. I loved it. And I'm sure you guys are sad to see it go as well. A lot of people love the Jeep. They love the TJ more than the JK. But we will have another TJ on this channel at some point. Hopefully it's a cheaper one. We can do cheaper mods. We can do a cheaper build. And try and hopefully make that better as well. Try and get you guys different kind of content. But today we're going to be fixing this problem. So the problem is, every time I'd open the rear tailgate in the TJ and JK, it would swing back and hit me in the butt, which is really annoying, especially when you're trying to put like heavy camping gear, baby stuff, groceries, whatever it might be, in the back of that Jeep. It's so bloody annoying. So I did this fix with my TJ. All I'm doing is a universal gas strut that I bought from Bunnings for $17, really cheap, and a couple universal brackets that the gas strut actually just clips into. Now these brackets, for two brackets, they come like a little pair pack. $5 for the pack, so $22 all up for the gas strut and the 2 brackets. So all we're going to be doing is attaching it to the wheel well in the JK and to the tailgate. So when it swings open, it's like ones you can get for your bonnet. It just goes, I don't know, yeah, it sounds something like that. So we're going to jump in the back of the JK. We're going to fit this up, and hopefully it works just as good as the one in the TJ did. If you guys had the same problems with your Jeep as well, with the tailgate swinging back, or you know a cheaper fix, or you know somewhere to buy a cheaper gas strut from, please let me know. I know people have said Rough Country makes a kit you can buy. I think they're like $50, $60 for that kit. So this is a cheaper option above that if you want to go for something cheaper, or buy a branded one if you want. You know all the mounts and stuff will fit. So we're just going to mock it up in the back of the Jeep. And use self-tapping screws to screw it in. We should be good to go. So let's go over to the JK. I can show you guys what my thoughts are, how to mount it. If you guys got a cheaper way or a different way to do this, please let me know. Your opinions matter. I can do different things, build things differently, and all that sort of fun stuff. So the back of the JK. So I've got a bungee cord attached to the spare wheel at the moment and down to the back wheel, just to try and keep it open for now. If not, it'll just swing all the way back and crush my legs, which wouldn't be good. So even with that bungee cord, sometimes it shuts by itself as well, which is super annoying. So my thoughts are, we're going to attach it to, pull this carpet back, attach it to the wheel well there. It's going to come across, and it's going to be a bit narrower than that, maybe there, which is fine. You've still got all this room here that you can get in the back of the JK, and just use two self-tapping screws in there. My issue is I don't really want to cut up such a nice carpet. I like the way the carpet looks. I don't want to go budging that up, so I might just tuck that behind there like that, fold it behind. If I need to, I could cut two little slithers in there so it kind of folds behind the actual gas strut. I might use that side just so I don't have to cut as big a holes, so it just slides over holes. See, even with that bungee cord it's coming back. Oh, so annoying. Anyway, I don't really want to cut up the carpet, but if we need to, that's fine. It's not too big a deal, but I might just cut those slithers in there. So what I'll do, I'll just chuck you guys on the tripod now. Super simple process. We'll be taking these little brackets off, just marking up with like a Nico or a permanent marker of where these holes are going to go, and then we can screw one bracket in and then figure out where we need to mount it on the actual tailgate and just repeat the process again. So I'll just chuck you guys on the tripod, we can get to work. Should be a pretty straightforward process. The skin behind this, I've already installed it, I've just only put one screw in. So the skin behind this, it's one skin, then it's like a thicker double layer behind it. So on the TJs, it's actually only one skin, so it's easy to put a self-tapping screw through that and it bind up tight. But if you want to make it a bit stronger, you can actually drill all the way through and put a nut and bolt and a washer on there if you want, just to make it a bit more secure. But on the JK, there's actually like a double skin. You drill through this first one here, so I used a self-tapping screw. I thought it was going to go all the way through and be fine, but then I hit the double skin and it's actually really thick. So what I did was just get a smaller drill bit and actually drill through that double skin, and then use a smaller self-tapping screw to thread it in. And with only one in there, it's nice and tight. I will put a second one in there, but for now I'm just going to find out exactly where I need to do the one on the tailgate here. So I'll move the tailgate out and figure out where I need to put my second bracket. Make a couple points with the Nico again. I'm outside at the moment and see the tailgate. Don't know if you guys can see that. The tailgate will not stay open. So that's a preview of what it's always like. Hit me in the butt. So that's connected by one. We will put a second one in there, as I said before. Now let's just line up this, make a few points with the Nico, and pretty sure this is only one skin, so you don't need to pre-drill it. I might be mistaken. This is my first JK I've owned, so I'm not. These are slightly different than the TJs, so I'm not sure if this is double skin or single skin, but let's find out. So let's try and measure stuff out and see how we go. Alright, so as I said before, I've got to keep the door open with my foot, because as you see, it just shuts. If you guys got any better ideas than installing one of these gas struts, please let me know, because it's fine, and it does add a big difference, as you'll see in a second. So as I said before, we've got this one installed here, and we're going to come along and make our points here. So what I'll probably do, so the idea is, I made this mistake when I installed the one on my TJ. I tried to do it when the door was closed, but so that strut's actually open. So you want to do it when the door's open, so when it shuts, that strut actually compresses into its housing, whatever you want to call it. So you want to do when it's open, not closed. I made that mistake on my TJ, and I felt like an idiot. But if any point you guys want to add a comment, whatever, or you guys are bored at home, let me know what's keeping you occupied in these times of isolation. And I've got so many other videos if you guys want to check them out. Not as good. I have gotten a bit better over time with videos and stuff like that. But anyway, I've screwed both those brackets on. To be mindful, this is going to stop it. I might put like a little box here just so that comes out further, just so the door will actually open, because you can only go as far as probably there, maybe. Yeah, probably there. So I'll grab the Nico, whatever you guys call these, permanent markers, and I might actually sit it just above the tailgate table, which is fine, so it looks nice and flush. push it out just a little bit more. I'll do it probably just there. So I'll make one mark at the moment, unscrew the bracket on this side. Well, we'll just take the whole thing off for now. It does get in the way a little bit. So I'll probably just do one. I've done one on that side as I said before, and I'll just do one here. Just make sure it's all working fine, it's all where it should be, and if I need to make any adjustments, I can. Get our self-tapping screw, wherever I did put that, there. And let's figure out if this is double skinned or not. Nope, single skin. Makes life a lot easier. So let's put that bracket in. Maybe it is double skin. Might have been wrong. Just trying a bit of lard in there. Why is the JK's double skins and TJ's not? Anybody's got any reasoning behind that at all? It's a bit frustrating. Yep, double skin. Why are JK's double skins and the TJ's aren't? So what I'll need to do is I'll probably lift it downstairs, turn the camera off for a sec. I'll go get that drill bit I drilled the other one out with, and then we can put it on. Alright guys, so what I actually ended up doing was that double layer in there was so thick, so I actually got a bit ahead of myself here, and I turned off the camera because I was just trying to figure this out. It's so different than the TJ. Now with the TJ, there's only a single skin there, so I could use a self-threading screw and tap it in there. And on this one, it was hollow behind there, completely hollow. Even behind here, behind the actual tailgate table that I built. If you guys want to check that video out, I'll leave a link just up here. So the sun's so bright, it is right in my bloody face. So we're a bit overexposed, or we're underexposed, whatever you want to call it. But behind the table is a single layer through there, but for some reason up the side here is a double layer. On the TJ it's not like that, so you could actually drill that out, either way with a self-tapping screw, or you could actually come in behind the tyre carrier and put a nut and bolt, which is what I did, just to make it a bit stronger. So the funny thing was that on this side you could use a self-tapping screw and tap it in there because the layer isn't as thick on this side. So I actually had to drill this side all the way out, but I was like, okay, I'll try and go from the inside of the wheel well and use a nut and bolt. Yep, that's a no-go as well as you'd imagine. So I actually got, I had to do it on this side as well. I don't know why, it's thicker over this side than it is over that side. Why is it so different than a TJ? I have no idea, but anyway, this is just a trial thing. More than likely I'll probably use, I think they're called riv nuts, like a little thing you place in there, and you got like a crimping machine, or some people call it like a crimp nut, whatever you want to call it. Pop it in there and I will pop rivet, I think that might be called it as well, and actually take that one out and pop rivet it in there, and that will be 100% secure. But for the time being, I actually used a spare, usually for putting up like picture frames and stuff like that. So you in drywall, you're like a little thing you push into, say, the wall, and the screw kind of like pushes it out and creates it tight. So that's actually what I did, and it's actually quite tight. It's a little bit loose, but it will do. I'll probably leave these in there until they come loose or do whatever they're going to do, and if they stay in there for a long time, I'll let you guys know. More than likely they will come out, just because they're just cheap plastic and rattling over time, and actually that tailgate swinging open all the time and creating pressure on it and all that sort of stuff. They probably will pop out because they're just like kind of cheap plastic. Maybe you can buy metal ones, I'm not sure. Might look into that as a different alternative, but at the moment we're good to go. It actually works quite well. So you thread that one through on that side like that. Push the like these have got a little clip here, if you can see that. So I've actually just taken off that side there. It might be hard with one hand. Push the tailgate out to the correct length and just thread it on. That's it, all done. Done, and it stays open. You can push it closed and it compresses on itself like that. I don't know if you can hear that. That's probably not what it sounds like. And then when you open the tailgate, maybe the JK one's a lot heavier than the TJ ones, I have no idea. It feels like a lot heavier because of the TJ one, it actually swing all the way open by itself. So that's actually not bad. I mean, it doesn't open all the way, which is a bit annoying, but it's enough to get stuff into the boot, enough to have the tailgate table come down, and enough room to work around it if need be, which is fine. I mean, you don't need a whole lot of room. If I want to later on, I can actually build like a little space that can go in there and get a longer shot, because at the moment this one's maxed out. Put a little spacer in there, which we might do if I find this is a bit annoying. So I've just gone just above the tailgate table there, and behind the carpet there. So we'll push that carpet back. Sorry about the bad lighting. So I was like, oh, that's sweet, I can just tuck it behind there. But when you actually close the tailgate table, that carpet, you guys probably can't see that very well, that carpet kind of pops out. So what we'll do, we'll have it open. Let me know, guys, if you've done this on your Jeep before. I know a couple of people have commented on my, the last time I did it on the TJ, that they did it. And I know someone does make a kit, I think it's like Rough Country, or you can buy kits off Amazon and stuff like that. But this is a very cheap alternative. You can buy these kits off Amazon, just the gas strut and the bracket, because they're like a universal thing. Or you can buy like Jeep dedicated ones if you want, if you're brand orientated, whatever you want. I will find a link to the Amazon one if you guys want to buy that. Just so you guys know, if you want to buy anything on Amazon, there's a few links down below in my descriptions, and I actually get a percentage if you buy something from my my links. You just tap on the link, you can go through and buy whatever you want. It doesn't have to be that product, but if you buy through my links, I actually get a percentage of that, and then I can put any money I make through that. I've had a few sales for that, which is awesome, thanks guys. But any money I earn from that, I'll just end up buying more Jeep parts and doing more videos. So it's not going into my, well, it is going into my bank account, I should say, but everything I earn from that will go straight back into the channel to create better content for you guys, and discover and do more Jeep parts, and hopefully build better quality videos as we go along. Anyway, back to it. That carpet will be pushed out when we push it in. So we'll just get our handy dandy Stanley knife, if I can reach it with one hand. People don't give YouTubers enough credit, honestly. Doing all this stuff with one hand is pretty hard. So just make an incision there, maybe back here. I mean, a lot of people would despise cutting up good carpet, but honestly it's fine. It doesn't matter too much. And we'll just kind of tuck the rest under there, make that look a little bit neater. We'll see how that looks. We might just have to cut it a bit deeper. That's alright, I thought we might have to do that. Might just cut. Make sure you guys are using a sharp Stanley knife if you're doing stuff like this, because you're going to get a way better cut, and it's just going to look a lot nicer. Just because we do things that are cheap doesn't mean they have to look bad, doesn't mean they have to look cheap. I had someone comment on my last video, now that dirty gear bag I got is like really cheap, and people don't like the website we buy them from, because they are like the cheapest camping gear in Australia. But they're good quality. I've used that bag a couple of times now since I did that video just of like dog droppings, baby nappies and stuff like that. But let me just pop the camera down for a second and cut this excess off. There you go. Push that carpet back in so it's nice and neat. The neater we can make something, the better overall results we're going to have, and the happier we're going to be with it as well. And the more OEM is going to look as well, which is always good. But that's pretty much done. Doesn't look too bad, does it? I think it looks quite good. You won't even notice it's there. That's better. That carpet was pulling out before, but now it's pretty good. Enough clearance there. Tucks in nicely, which is always good. Sits just behind that. Just sits just above that tailgate table, and enough room to get everything you need in and out. Just pretty good. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you've got anything to add, or if you like this video, smash that like button as well. And if you're enjoying these videos as well, hit that subscribe button. It's going to help the channel in a massive way and allow us to grow and create better content for you guys. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.